Okay, I can't see it yet on Twitter, but it will come up, I guess, in a minute. Oh, yeah.
Wake up, hit the Zazook time. Bring my breath for my money climb. Charts and trends, let's make it clear. Play the day, no fear when you're here. Camera flow, the lines are tight. Plan a move before the fight. Strategy is sharp, we're leading the way. Zazook reps it on the day. Zazook time. It's Zazook time. Zazook time. Guess what? It's Zazook time.
All right, hello and welcome to today's December 17th. I'm your host Biz, coming at you live with Andy, co-founder of Zazook.App, and Renee, that's here in the background. Yesterday, so I was on a flight heading back. A lot of preparation on my end just to get things back to normal. Couldn't figure out my original stream camera stream settings, and so here I am on a new camera. So anyhow, the market looked like it did bounce. I wasn't able to trade based on my travels. And I did I did arrive to, you kind of mentioning that, Andy, about this bounce. So during my overnight, which is, I just woke up, it's 5 a.m. right now. What has happened? Maybe Andy, if you want to catch me up while I'm getting my day started, that'd be cool.
Yeah, well, they also have not necessarily had a good day. I mean, if you look at the market health this morning, the 4 hours was beneath 50, and then now it says that the 4 hour has gone up 6%. This is like an hour ago. It's gone up 6%, but clearly during the day it had gone down closer to like between 25 and like lower down in this towards the red. And so that there has been that thing, and you can see this because Bitcoin, having reached that new all-time high, was getting up there again. But of course, I'm getting alerts coming in. If you can hear that, has had a little kind of pullback here, and when that happens, that started at this afternoon, but the alts were struggling. So it's definitely Bitcoin is dominant at the moment. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And the alts are kind of, I don't know, just taking a breather. But what was really funny is around my 4 p.m. today, so about here, Bitcoin started to have a fall, and some of the alts started to rise. I was getting pings like I've just had now on a different coin. I forget what it was called now. So just for a short while Bitcoin was falling, the alts were rising. Then Bitcoin started rising again, and they all just kind of went back to normal. So Bitcoin is just in this range. We're just waiting to see now what happens. But what I can say is in the news, our little friend here, the altcoin season index. Now, this website was down earlier today. You couldn't even load it. But so it's come back now. It agrees that, the alts have been kind of struggling here. And if you go to, I'm going to come back to Brett, but if I go to others here, you can see that if I go onto the day chart, you can see that the alts have kind of been in, bad day, okay day, bad day. Today's not looking bad, but they're certainly not shooting up. I mean, that's an absolute fact. So, that the kind of also, we're just waiting, but there are signs, but we're still waiting. So let's kind of just move on to some news, because I found it interesting. And this is Bitcoin related news. Riot Platform, I'd not heard of them before. Yeah. Have you heard of them, Bill?
Yeah, they're a major mining company So that
That's
traditional,
right.
yeah. So in the stock market, that was one of the OGs, one that took off back in the 2017 bull run. Oh, sorry, 2020, 2021, 2021 bull run.
2021 bull run.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've just bought another $69 million worth of Bitcoin, another 667 Bitcoin. And so they've done that, which is, so they're kind of MicroStrategy are kind of gone all in and bought loads of stuff, right? So other platforms now are doing stuff, are buying more Bitcoin. And I think MicroStrategy's been doing a kind of deal with the miners. I did see some news, but I've forgotten what that is. But he's been doing some kind of thing with the miners, so presumably so they can earn money out of it as well. So so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but Riot as a miner buying more Bitcoin is interesting as well.
Yeah, right.
They produce this stuff.
That's right. They are one of the people that make Bitcoin, right? So the fact that they're buying it is kind of very interesting as well. And we'll kind of come on to, I'm going to talk about the cycle of Bitcoin and where we are in the cycle in a second. It's in my news moving along as we move along here. But I'm just kind of getting little things out of the way first. India's parliament now are discussing comprehensive crypto frameworks. So we're getting, what was it, Russia, America, there was various other countries, right? And so all the countries now are beginning to realize that Bitcoin isn't a fad and it's here to stay. And so they're all kind of jumping on the bandwagon, with the exception of the good old UK, of course. They'll take their time because they'll probably put the kettle on and have a long cup of tea before they start to think about anything. So if I come to this, this is to do with, this is a guy called Gert van Lagen, and he has, hang on a sec, let me click, whoops, I've gone away from there. He has, it normally tells you how many followers he's got. Oh yeah, he's got 108,000 followers. But he put this on Twitter, which is the gravity of the reaccumulation pattern has proven to be transcended within an estimated 2.5 months before a recession begins to take hold. And what this is the cycle here of previous kind of the way that Bitcoin has gone up. And so what he's saying is that he's saying we could get to 220,000 before we top out. And he's predicting early in the year, like February, March, April in the year. So 2.5 months from now. So, middle of February, I guess, right? So he's predicting that, which is kind of interesting. And that would kind of go in line with the 2021 cycle, right, where it topped out early. So we could be on a kind of early phase cycle, or we could just go the whole of 2025. Well, like we've done in previous cycles, but we'll have to see. But that again, Gert van Lagen, he tends to share lots of stuff to do with all of this, which is it's very, very kind of statistical stuff and based on cycles and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. So what's he called? Strat-G. But yeah, so that's that. And then this guy, which is Enas, Eugene NGSCO, he's got about 100,000 followers. I liked this tweet because what he's alluding to is, since the start of the cycle, you've had BTC go up 660, ETH go up 450, Sol go up 2,680. I remember trading Sol NFTs in the bear market very cheap, like really cheap, and people were selling NFTs for like 3 or 4 Sol, which was still only like $100-$200, right? So total 3 has gone up 365 and total's gone up 480. And what he's saying is, with countless alt opportunities in memes, AI, dino coins, which we call boomer coins, the DeFi renaissance, and NFTs mini comeback, if you're still waiting for the destined alt season, you may want to take a step back and contextualize things a little. So what he's saying is, you've been in alt season already, right? Alt season has already started, but I think we've got a lot more to come. on alt season. But he's not wrong. You know, the fact that Sol has already gone up 2,680% in this cycle is a very strong sign that some of the top alts, like some of the very strong, the top 10, and like a lot of the boomer alts that we saw, like XRP and things like that, right? They've done really, really well. So that's that. Now, so a bit of news before we go to some charts. A bit of news for you, Biz, because executives flood blockchain gaming firms ahead of 2025's AAA launches. So, so gaming might, blockchain gaming. This article is on Cointelegraph, and it kind of talks about the difficulty of onboarding Web3 of Web2 gamers, I guess. But they're bringing on like higher leadership roles now into gaming, and they talk about the fact that gaming has struggled. But this is an interesting article for you because you're kind of heavily involved with TRT with the kind of gaming side.
Yeah, well, that's where they see value creation, especially because I think that the traditional gaming markets have just we haven't really seen that much growth, even with like blockbuster IPs dropping, so-called blockbusters. I mean, even titles that are not positioned as blockbusters are taking off now. So it's really like the market has really changed the dynamics of it, at least, and so yeah, there's a lot more interest flooding in and talent flooding in to AAA space for sure.
I think we've had all of the projects that were hyped to death. That they've all just kind of died off, right? And we without naming any, but they raised a shitload of cash, and then they delivered nothing, and that gave the kind of the Web3 gaming space a very bad rep.
Yeah,
like people were feeling they're just going to get rugged if they bought into a project, right? But if they're bringing in more executives, like people who know how to run businesses, because a lot of people that started these Web3 gaming projects, it kind of was their first business, or they'd never raised that much money before. So it probably went to their heads and they were spending the money on stupid things long before the technology was mature enough to be able to seamlessly onboard Web2 users without them realizing, without them realizing they were going to Web3. That's kind of what you need. People want to play games. They don't want to fight with MetaMask.
Yeah, well, it was a narrative driven, right, back then. And so, I mean, you got to give those guys respect, because without those guys, I don't think like the whole gaming narrative would have took off. I mean, now it's a lot more mature, but back then it was like these guys were the ones pushing those narratives. And so yeah, I mean, they made their mark, their impact. But like you mentioned, like the executives coming in now, these guys are like real professionals. So it's exciting to see that we're getting the proper talent to really take it from where it's at right now and can really drive that growth that I think the industry is sort of we're positioned right now to sort of accumulate and take on that growth. So it's really cool. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you because I know it's kind of your cup of tea and very much down the kind of stuff that excites you and gets you going. So I saw that today on one of my apps and I thought, ooh, Biz will like that. So anyway, back to some charts, shall we? So Bitcoin, as you can see, I've got these levels. I think I had them on yesterday. We're just waiting to see now what Bitcoin will do. So what have I got in? If I go to here, I've got some coins to show you in here. Oh yeah. So if we go back to the 4 hour, no, 1 hour. So Rune, USDT or Rune. This is a very interesting coin. What I realized today is, because I started using volume profiles and I started using the footprints and stuff, one of the things you need to identify is supply and demand zones or hold and break levels, right? Things like that. And one of the good ways to do that, if you look at these, the yellow means 4 hour, that means 15 minutes, that means that means 5 minutes, that means 5 minutes, that means 3. Anyway, if you just look at those levels and I switch to the volume profile, you'll see that they mostly go within the the point of control is inside when I identify a demand or supply zone. And then I thought to myself, I wonder if that works the other way around. So on a different coin, I think, say near, what I did was I didn't have any of these on here. If I go to the 4 hour, I didn't have any of these on here. And I went to here and I got the points of control, as you can see here. I then put a white line on like this, went back to here, and then went back in the charts, and it showed me where the supply and demand zones were. So it was a really a time saver, really, because sometimes you're going down through time zones, time frames, trying to find these particular coins, right? And it's difficult to you have to look and look and look. But actually, the volume profile is a good way of identifying the points at which people thought that was a fair price. And that usually means there's been a consolidation, like a demand zone or a supply zone put in place. So that's...
I'm curious to see how this is going to look on Bitcoin, because right now what I'm seeing, and I don't want to be like the pessimist or whatever, but just for some caution, I'm seeing, like, even if you take a look at the daily chart, you're seeing diminishing volume right now with rising price action. On top of that, you're getting a lower RSI but higher highs on the price action, and it's on the daily, which I'm getting a little bit concerned. And it's kind of forming that pattern where it's like a leading edge diagonal. I'm a little bit concerned because this does traditionally suggest that this move is kind of it's overextended. Or at least it's losing momentum.
Okay, let me show you something. Let me do it in this bit. Something that I was going to show you the other day and I forgot. I think which chart was it where I had the arrows on yesterday on the stream. But let me go to the week here. This is the same. No, it was the index chart, wasn't it? It was the BTC index one. But anyway, it shouldn't make any difference. So if I go to here and put on the RSI, relative strength index, and I do it on the weekly, like you've said. You remember when I was showing you yesterday about the cycle ending in November and all of this kind of stuff? If you look down here on the RSI, and this was the one before, you'll see that it's the histogram at the top here. This green area always happens at the top, like small one there, but it is there, and then a big one around there, and then a big one around there in 2020, early 24. We're nowhere near it here. We're coming into it, but we're not there yet.
Would this suggest that we should actually be getting tons of volume momentum coming in right now in order to prop this price up, considering that move?
No, I don't think. I mean, you're looking at it as if that's going to happen now, whereas really, if you think about it, even if that guy was right, that we were looking at the tweet a few minutes ago, he was saying that it's going to go till about somewhere here, right? So if we drag this down a bit, he's saying that the cycle is like going to take this long.
Yeah.
So, you've got, of course, it's probably going to kind of do a bit of this and a bit of this and a bit of this and all that kind of stuff, right? It's not as quick as you think it's going to be. So I still think there's time. We're coming up to Christmas. Everybody's,
Yeah. What was your what the fuck zone?
What was my what? Sorry. The VWAP.
Your WTF zone.
You mean the VWAP?
No, I mean you drew 3 zones earlier. One was like what WTF. The other one was.
Sorry. Yes. I think that was on this one. Yes. You mean that?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, you know, we again, if you just go to here now, I've not even tried this biz. We're doing it live, but yes, you can see that the points of control lower down are well round that. That one isn't the likely one. But anyway, just that was from my own curiosity more than anything else. But
Yeah,
I think that we're not yet near the end of the cycle.
that's
And
true.
then at some point, obviously, we're going to have a pullback. And then they also are kind of going to do their thing. So some interesting observations today that I did. This is a trade that I took because what learning more about the volume. I'm going to say what's it called again? The volume profile and the footprints. And also looking about liquidity sweeps and things like that, you can see that you get this double bottom here in DYDX, and then you get a clear liquidity sweep down here. And I waited to go in until it had kind of started to go up after that sweep, right? And set the yellow arrow is where I went in. I'll take it off, but it was up here somewhere. And I put my stop originally down here. Now I've moved my stop up, and like I put my take profit here, and you might wonder, why have you done that? So if I do this, if I go to this, let's do it on the 15 minutes. You see this sell imbalance here. So this was from the footprint that you saw yesterday, that you can see there was a stacked imbalance on the seller side here, which can act as resistance. So if this gets to here, that is, if I'm being conservative, then that's an area that I could take profit. If I go to the volume one, I could have put it here at this point of control. So these things are also good at identifying profit targets, you know, things like that. I know people use fibs and all that kind of stuff, but they're kind of an interesting way to do that. So Rune was one. I'm not in Rune yet, but I think it's going to go. I was hoping it was going to come back down here and test this. At the moment, it's decided to go, but we'll see what happens with Rune. I think Rune is ready to fly. If I go to here, this was, let me go to the 4 hour. Near protocol is coming up to a kind of point of interest here for me. So now it went down and almost touched this demand zone here. So this near protocol is on my radar. I'll keep you posted tomorrow. XLM came in as a juicy tip, and
Nice.
just
Nice little breakout.
just now, just at 7 o'clock, I think. You know, an hour and a half ago. And as you can see, it's already it's gone into this zone here, which was on the hour chart because I put it in blue. But you can see that there. And if you go back to the 4 hour, I literally identified that by doing that. And you can see that you've got not just today, you've got yesterday as well within that kind of area. So that was the agreed one for yesterday and today. So that's kind of how I identified these. So now I'm personally I could put lower ones on, but I'm just sat there waiting now. I mean, if you zoom out of the 4 hour, you can see XLM had a huge run up, right? Massive run up. And now it's had a fairly sizable pullback. So it's come in as a juicy tip. It could go again, but it's not something I'm buying straight away.
That's
I think
one of your
came in as well.
ISO tokens, your ISO 20022 token.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually,
here's
one of the
another one.
pillars.
Yeah, I think XRP came in as a juicy tip just now. I think
That's a nice move too.
hang on a sec. XRP USDT, didn't it just come in? Yeah, it did. Whoops. Oh yeah, it's taking me to TradingView. If I click there, it literally came in tonight at 7 p.m. my time. So, and what I did with this is I've not done anything on this chart, right? I've not looked at it. I just put it in this stream watch list here. I didn't even try anything. So I thought I'll do this on the stream and see where we're at. So as you can see, there's kind of an area all the way around here, which is fairly kind of interesting, right? From a kind of support point of view. And then there's another area here. So what I do is I put these little white lines on and then I go back to the chart. And then as you can see, there's definitely an area of interest there. And then this area here has been proved to be resistance many, many times, right? So the volume profile is good for very quickly identifying that before you even go to the chart. I could then go to here. This might take, XRP is probably highly traded, so this might be very slow. I might have to go to a different setting on this. But what you can see, I've only come on here to look at the imbalances. So further up here, there's a sell imbalance, and above that, there's a kind of buy imbalance. So you can kind of see when you look at this, if you were going to do your setup on the 4-hour chart, where to start putting your zones. And then what I tend to do is I would say, right, I've got a demand zone here. I'm going to expect it to pull back. I just set an alert in trading view, crossing down, and then I go away and stop thinking about it until that crosses down. And I think while we were on and where we're on the call, I had this is another one that I went into a trade. That was 1947, crossing up. So as you can see, I got this area here. It just went beneath it down here. So I went in after it bounced up. And then I start looking for areas to take profit. And I can come to here. And there's a very mild, there you go. So there's an area here, positive. So you could just move your take profit up to there. Or you could look here and see if there's anywhere, like you could, if you were degenny, you could go, I'm not getting out until it gets up to there, that 14% one. But it certainly helps me find places to trade. But I'm just going to undo that.
So when you're setting your alerts, when you mention crossing down, are you mentioning is it crossing down from an EMA, or what is it crossing down off of to give you?
No, so going into either a supply or demand zone or an order zone. Yes, because this kind of understanding kind of liquidity and where people want to find liquidity and things like that are very important. So they tend to bring it down. If someone who sees this touch here would think, right, I'm getting into a trade, and they would, I don't want to delete this one because that's my live one, but they might put this on here and just put their stop directly beneath that. And then what happens is this comes down here and stops them out before it goes up. That's kind of like a liquidity sweep. So they know, the big money know that people do that. They just know that. So you can see it over and over again. It happened in DXDY or DYDX. Yeah. Came down, swept them out, started to go up. I mean, it literally happens so many times. So you think, like, people would go, double bottom. Do you know what I mean? I've had a double bottom, no problem. But then what happens is, and then they shoot for the moon up here. They put their profit target up here, bounces down again, stops them out if they haven't been sensible and moved their stops. I mean, my stop's already been moved, but anyway, yes, it's what else was worth looking at? Pond came in as a juicy tip. Another one I've not even looked at, but this came in. I'll do some set.
You saw the peanut. They're getting into the dispute with Binance over the.
They are. Yeah, they are. It came into our news. Was it yesterday?
Earlier.
It was up here somewhere. Peanut squirrel owner sues Binance over IP dispute. Let's have a quick look.
Some meme coin drama, but yeah. When is there never drama? Right?
Yeah, sues Bitcoin over alleged IP violation, fuel controversy in the meme coin crypto market. accusing the crypto exchange of violating his intellectual property rights. How have they done that? Longo claims that Binance used images and stories of Peanut without his consent. You know, is that a cash grab or
Greed.
what? I don't,
Greed.
yeah, maybe just greed.
I don't think anybody expected Peanut's success. You remember when
No.
that thing came in and we saw
yeah.
that move come in and we were hoping to get back in and it never really gave us an opportunity.
No, do you know what else I haven't looked at today, Biz? And I'm going to just for you. Me.
Oh my
Look at
goodness!
that.
Wow!
Look at that 4-hour chart.
Wow! Yo, that. Hold on. I said it was gonna hit the golden pocket. Did it hit 329?
The golden drain, by the look of it.
Oh,
I mean,
hold
it's
on. Hey, look! That zone right there. You see that zone of accumulation?
yeah, but Biz, you saw it here as well.
Yo.
You know, you saw it here as well.
Yeah, you know what?
So
I'll say no. When it was that first one that you pointed out, that officially made me my enemy.
if you go onto here, I don't. God knows how this is going to look, but yeah, it just looks terrible, right?
Hey, hold on. There's a zone there. It does with the volume.
Yeah, but the point of control is right at the bottom. Oh, you know, have you noticed that? So
Okay.
it's pure selling pressure, right? I mean, it's just like forget it, and you know, if you want to, you just this is what I would do, right? I'd forget it and go, look, I'm not even going to look at you again until you cross up this level. I mean, you could put in a structure, but the only structure is down, down, deeper, and down right now. But you know, anyway, I just want to.
Sorry,
it's amusing.
Where's it at right now? It's too hard for me to read.
Where's what? Sorry.
Oh, 328. Oh wow, it did hit it's right at the golden pocket. If you take the move from the top. Take the move from the top.
Oh, I see. You do like a reverse
Oh my goodness,
fib.
I didn't realize how bad these headphones were. Apparently I'm screaming too loud.
Oh, that's not. I'm going to say you normally do a move from the bottom to the top, but no, this is a reverse move, right? There's nothing to show, Biz. Although I've got a different
template. I swear it was at the golden pocket.
No, I've got a different fib on here.
Oh.
So I've got a couple of templates for fibs. Like I've got one that if you do a fib and you can set it so you can do something like just show me the 50% and it does that.
Wow.
So sometimes that's nice to see, right? So I've got various templates that I'm building up, and I've messed around with fib a little bit, so it kind of doesn't work as I want it to work. On that, the yellow, I might have overwritten it. I need to set it up again and save it as a template. But anyway, yes. So go on.
Oh no! I was just gonna say, just taking like a normal fib retracement, I think, just off of the top move, if you it's the second, yeah, right underneath where you draw the lines. It's the fib Alt F. If you hit Alt F and then draw the move from Alt F and then take the move from the top and draw it down to the bottom. Was it? No, hold on a second.
No, I did that, but I've got it set on 50%, right? But let me just.
Oh, I see.
Change that.
What you're saying.
I've messed my templates up, and I need to apply default drawing. There you go. So I can apply your golden pocket down here, right? So, but it's but again, it's nowhere, Biz. It's forget it time. It's forget it until it literally starts, you know, doing something like it's doing now and then going up. What's the point? Unless you want to short the hell out of it. But for me, there are so many other coins of interest.
Absolutely.
I don't care. You know, I just don't care. So yeah, that's it for today. That's not my original.
I'm doing it for Sheffy. I'm doing it for Sheffy. I'm doing it for Boom. Well, we've been trading it, but dude, man, this one completely is like wrecking my account for no reason. No reason at all. Like, man, the first day I got into this trade, it was I had to leave. So I got into the trade. I left my desk. I went out, came back. I was like, what the hell's going on? I'm down like 40%. It did it the next day. I did it, and then I went to the airport. I was in the trade for like 8 hours. Things were going good. I was up like 140%. And then it just started to turn again. And that's also when we start to have like the liquidity event, where BTC hit its all-time high, and then all of a sudden the market decides to just, short, like stop out everybody in that trade. It was just a liquidity event.
Yes.
So I think everybody was over leveraged because of Bitcoin hitting the all-time high. And so as soon as I dipped down to 75%, I just took it. But I'm still down on that trade overall for ME. And like, I don't know what it's doing. It's really like
Are you still in? You still in that trade?
no,
You still in
I'm
it?
not. I'm not.
No.
I'm not
Oh,
in the
it's not.
trade, but I want to get in the trade and just to say, hey, screw
No,
you.
take the loss. Move on. Take the loss. Delete this from your watch lists. Move on.
I have like a couple VWAPs on right now, anchored VWAPs. Yeah.
I mean, again, if you put a VWAP on this, let me have a look. Yeah, right. That's where it should be, right? But it isn't.
You know what?
It's,
Where I told you there's like the zone of accumulation, and there was a
oh yeah,
massive volume candle too. So I was like, oh, this is it.
yeah, right. So wherever you put it, you're screwed, right? I mean,
Oh man,
for now, unless you want to short it, I would literally delete this from your watch list.
I might.
Personally.
Who knows? I don't know. I just feel like I just can't let the. Okay, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
leave
but
it.
there are so
I'm
many
getting
other coins.
too worked up over this coin right now. And so yeah,
I know, but
I almost feel like just joining the bandwagon and say, yeah, the UI sucks and all this stuff. It's just like,
But if you look at what Rune's doing now, I've been waiting for it to come down here, but I'm just going to go down a little bit. But as you can see, it's actually doing well, right? So there are so many
yeah,
coins
that's true.
that are
Exactly.
forget ME, man, forget ME.
Exactly.
Start looking at the coins you want to trade. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And then I don't go after. I'm on the wrong DYDX chart here for some reason. DYDX on Binance. No, I don't know where my chart's gone. Where was I? Oh no, it was .p, wasn't it? Was it? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, but I don't know why it's all
Oh,
got
that looks pretty
squiffed.
decent. This looks pretty
Yes, all
decent.
this I've messed this up. I don't know what's gone on here. That's not correct now. Oh no, that's right. It's this that got moved. So I'm up here somewhere. But yes, that's I'm in profit on that one. But that again, using that liquidity sweep idea, I'm not expecting a lot out of it. If I just go back to set my level to this, there you go. That's where I want to take profit, around there. So it only, it's nearly got there the first time around, but I just moved my stops up. So this is just the original long position bit, so I could show you my original stop, but I've actually moved it up now. So, but there are just so many other coins that you can use these kind of strategies on that paint a much prettier picture like this. Let me just remove this little drawing like this, as opposed to this. I've not even looked at it, Biz, because I just did it to amuse myself tonight with Biz the Degen.
No.
Yeah, and get your reaction. Yeah, particularly when I was quite happy when I came to it and I was on the 4-hour chart, and it just looked like that. So I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I mean that's a meme in itself, though.
In it though, I mean that's just a disaster.
Yeah.
But like anything, the crypto market and the retail buyers and the degens are crazy people. At some point, they're going to see this and they're going to say, someone's going to pump it.
100%.
Right.
100%.
but you'd have to be in it before that happened, right? So you could, a bit like, I'll tell you what, let me take you back to this. You remember this yesterday, this Gem XBT? So yesterday, when I started looking at it,
Yeah.
and I had this tiny amount of sol, if you remember, in this wallet, I would have got something like 1,700. But I'm patient. Look at the pullback. I'm waiting for it to go down there. Now, for the exact same price, I'd get 6,279. So I don't care. I'm just, if it shoots up and when I wake up, I don't care. If it drops back down, then, you could, if it drops back down to here, you could get, almost a 10x if it over time, if it went, $15 into 1,500. Do you know what I mean? So, but again, I don't care. So I'm very, very patient. I just wait. I mean, I've not done any analysis on this because I can't get on this limited chart. You can't put anything on it. You can't see anything. So I'm just, and I can't find it on TradingView. So I'm just kind of waiting for it to drop. Really.
Where are you purchasing this if you were to build a position?
It'd be on Pump Fund.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, there you go. So that's the analysis for today. They also, so that as a quick reminder, Bitcoin's doing great. As you can see, it looks like it's starting to have another little go up.
Yeah.
So people are thinking that it might top out in March. One guy thinks it's going to go to 220, another one to 120. Who knows, right? It's pure speculation on this side. They also have had a struggle today, but they're starting to recover. I think once Bitcoin decides to, if I take you back to this, once Bitcoin, let me go on this chart so I don't mess up. When Bitcoin dominance starts, which has been going up, as you can see, if I go back to the day chart, when that tops out and starts to go down, people are going to sell out they sell their Bitcoin back into another coin, right? So, Sol BTC, they're going to do back into, they're going to buy Sol with it or something like that. So, or they're going to do something else, but they're going to go into the alts and then that's going to start going down. But not yet. And so therefore the others were 1.3% up on the day. But if you go to the week, we're still in a negative on the alts this week from yesterday and today. So we're still having a red candle as a week. But if you kind of just look at the day, we've had red day, green day, red day, green day.
If the week closes in a doji, then that's a pretty good sign for a reversal.
Yes. Yeah, that could be, yeah. But these are the things to keep an eye on. These are definitely the things to keep an eye on. The bigger picture, zoom right out and take that helicopter view. Don't be trading on, like making your trading decisions without getting the stats first, without getting some information first. Because, the other thing is that Bitcoin, we know, is a gravity well. And if Bitcoin decided to have one big kind of pull down to here before it went up again, the alts would bleed.
Absolutely.
Right. So if you're doing high leverage and you've got tight stops and all of this kind of stuff, make sensible decisions. This is the ultimate indicator. You've got all kinds of indicators that you've seen me use here, but these are just for confirmation. I don't go in based on just one. I just don't. So you need that kind of confirmation. But, as we mentioned yesterday, as we move forward, we're going to be showing you coins that we believe, like I just showed a couple tonight that I'm trading, but we'll do it in a much more structured way to be able to say, this is what we're waiting for to expect. And then if it goes, then this is the kind of profit targets we are going for. And then you can make your own trading decisions. I'm also then going to open a channel within Zazook Discord where we can show these setups within that channel. So we can grab a picture about that.
We're even discussing things around, starting with an account and just, going full on transparent mode with our trading journey, right?
I had the idea that given that my trading style is more conservative than yours, that we should do a 10x challenge. We should each put like $500 in an account in an exchange, and then we both do our setups and we talk about what we're doing, and it's the first one to 10x it. I
Yeah.
think that's what we should do.
Yeah.
So starting next week or something like that, when I've got Streamlabs set up and I'm on camera, and you can all see my ugly mug, then we'll start that challenge.
Sweet, sweet. Yeah, it sounds pretty exciting. And yeah, totally. Let's I mean, we can definitely like talk about. I think it was an idea you brought up last time, and I was doing a little bit of thinking, and it sounded pretty good too. So, yeah, I mean, I would love to sort of let's just plan it out and get it going. Because this market, we're in a really fun time right now. And definitely we're in a bull
Yeah.
market, and so we're definitely in the trenches doing this every day. So. Every day
Yeah,
the
definitely.
charts paint another picture, so another narrative sort of emerges as well. So it's really cool to see. But yeah, I think that's it for today. Man, it's like already 40 something minutes. So
Yeah.
it was a good day back to the office for myself, being back home. So yeah, it would be cool to sort of get on call afterwards and just let's talk it out because I like that idea. I like that approach.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
have what we call an offline in when you work for like an enterprise software engineering company. They go, let's take this offline, even though you're doing it online on a
Yeah.
call. But anyway, there you
All
go.
right, cool.
Let's
All
take
right.
this off.
All right,
All
guys.
right.
That's it for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you, Andy, for the insights. And yeah, we look forward to doing this again tomorrow, same time, same channel. That's it for today. And yeah, Viz,